Good morning, everybody. I'm going to open the meeting this morning at 10:03, and I have to make an announcement that we are being videotaped. At that point, we'll go to call to order by the manager.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The roll call. Tim Caton.
Here.
Andrew Ekstrom.
Here.
Liz Collins.
Here.
Pauline Brodeur.
Here.
Henry Lanier. All set, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, assuming everybody's got a copy of the minutes, right? Is there an approval of the minutes dated December 18th, 2024 meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes of December 18th.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Approval of the warrants, number 6, in the amount of $38,361.20.
It's a fairly straightforward month. There was nothing significant in the way of expenses. Warrant 7, we had some reimbursements for some projects, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve warrant
Second.
6 and 7.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So approved. And warrant number 7 in the amount of $54,434.55. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, so voted. All right, management report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First on the agenda is the vacancy update. I gave everybody a separate sheet outside of the board packet that had the vacancy on it, and right now there's 4 vacant units. However, unit 3H is going to be leased up today. So after today, we'll be down to 3 units, which is great. It's a good progress we're being made. The CHAMP system continues to be a challenge, but we're navigating that fairly successfully, which is great. That was one of the items that was noted on our performance management review audit, that we were not doing the CHAMP system. Well, we are doing the CHAMP system now, so all of those violations on the PMR, when we have our next one in a year or so, will go away. I also wanted just to recognize Dave. All right, you all know Dave. Dave's our maintenance man. The past couple of storms that we've had have been pretty messy. They're, the ideal kind of storm is if you get 8 or 9 inches of the fluffy snow that's easy to move. What we face the past 2 storms has been the heavy wet stuff, followed by a deep freeze where it all freezes. And Dave came in Sunday and Monday, the holiday, to work. I'm in tandem with the guy that plows, which is good, but he was able to get everything sanded and the pathways cleared. And I just want to recognize Dave. It's not easy when you have snow like this, the heavy wet stuff, and it's a lot of work. So I just wanted to recognize Dave for the board.
Thank you, Dave.
Great job. So Dave continues to do a great job. The maintenance report is also in there. I numbered the pages for everybody, so it's easier to navigate. The maintenance report begins on page 20. And again, the maintenance report is just a, summary of the, kinds of work orders that Dave works on during the course of the month. I did white out the names of the residents there. But you can see there's, bathroom sinks that are clogged, bathtub drains are getting clogged, patch walls, that kind of thing. So Dave, keeps very busy around here, which is great. There's a lot to do. And, the interesting thing is, and the board knows this, and I'm sure, many of you know it as well. Dave does what he does only in 30 hours. He doesn't work 40 hours. So the, budget only, allows for 30 hours, which is good, but it's all, it's also challenging because you have a lot of work that has to get done, but in a shorter amount of time. So that's an even better reason to recognize you for the job well done.
Question.
So, sure.
Does
You
Dave
can
work,
always count on David.
Always.
does Dave work like, say, 3 10-hour days, or does he break it up to 30 hours over 5 days?
His hours are 8 to 2, Monday through Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Right. We usually, it's, usually not a good idea to have one day totally off.
Right.
Just because things happen. And then he'd be called in anyway if there was an emergency. So at least if he's here, he can address any issues that, that are coming up. So it's good there. All right, so that's the maintenance report. Earlier in January, I believe it was, I had sent out an email. EOHLC has a new protocol that housing authorities are expected to follow. And that is whenever we request an administrative fee on a completed state project, they want the board to approve the fee. Now, why the board would have to approve, money coming in, I don't know why they do that, but that's the new protocol. So rather than wait until the meeting, I had sent out an email to everybody asking folks to just approve the, management fee, and I got responses there. So I just need a motion to affirm the email vote to approve the administrative fee to the Westport Housing Authority of $3,229.44.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, so approved.
Excellent, thank you. And then the financial report is also in your packet, beginning on page 28. And again, I always say that there's a lot of numbers here, so I'm going to give you the two numbers that mean the most, if you will. On page 29, the operating reserve, you'll see that percentage of 82.7%. That's an excellent place to be in. The Housing Authority has $151,112 in the bank, which represents 82% of what we are required to have. EOHLC mandates a minimum of 35% and a maximum of 100%. So you can see that we're on the high side. The Housing Authority is in very sound condition financially. Sort of the tail of the tape, if you will, on page 30, you'll see that our rental receipts at the top of the page there, under operating receipts, that first line item, 3110, dwelling receipts. If you go across to the second before the last column, you'll see that our rents are running roughly 2.5% over budget, which is good. That means collections are coming in very well. It also means that any payment plans that we have with residents are being adhered to. So we're doing very well there. If you look down to to maintenance expenses, we're a little bit over budget, but that's to be expected because we've had a number of vacant units that we've had to turn, which cost money. So that's why the maintenance expenses are a little bit ahead of budget there. But all are within the 10% over or under that the state, looks at as far as audits go. So we're in very, very good shape financially. Happy to report that. And then last but not least, we have on pages 33 through 35, we had our capital needs assessment report for the Housing Authority. And it's basically a summary of all the items that we talked about, and just a summary of where we are and where we're going. So on page 34, for example, you can see that there's recommendations. There's 5 recommendations there for upcoming projects. There's a siding project, there's an intercom replacement project, which is split into 3 phases, and then we have a set aside for the Americans with Disabilities Act, any improvements that we need to make to those units. So those are the items that we've identified as needing attention here at the Housing Authority, and then there'll be more to report on that when the annual plan goes in. Hopefully the state will fund these projects. I'm anticipating that they will, because the bond bill was recently passed. The bond bill is going to inject a couple of $2 billion into the public housing portfolio statewide. So I'm anticipating that a lot of these identified projects are going to be funded, which I'm very happy to say. And then I just want to point out not to skip ahead, I actually should have put this under the management agent report, but number 7 under new business on the agenda, the annual plan schedule. I believe I had emailed a copy of the annual plan to all the board members. The only reason you folks have it very, very early is because there's a requirement that members of the board have to have it 45 days prior to the approval. So the approval is going to be held at the March meeting, so it'll be March 19th. There'll be a public hearing on the plan half an hour before the board meeting. I'll set up shop here at 9:30 if anybody from the public wants to come in. It's been advertised at Town Hall as such that it's a public hearing. If residents have any comments, there is a copy of the annual plan here. If it disappeared, I can print it. It's right, good. Okay, so I can print another couple of copies. If any residents want to look at it, any residents want to comment on it, you're more than welcome to do so. And that's my report, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, sounds good.
Can I say one more thing? I'm sorry.
Sure can.
Page 36 is a change order to our lock set replacement project. I forgot to mention this. There's a narrative here by the architect Rob Smith. We need to change the lock sets in the 2 handicapped units because they were not able to be master keyed to the other lock set. So this necessitated some extra work to get to be able to get the system mastered. So this increases the cost of the total project by $2,154.92. So I just need an approval. I need a motion and a second and an approval to proceed with the work with change order number 2.
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? There is none, so moved.
Thank you. And that's it. Great.
Okay, is there anything under old business? business, okay, moving on. New business. We went over the annual plan, we talked about that, right?
Correct.
Anything else? All right, hearing none. Is there anything under commissioners' comments? Anybody like to make any comments? Good, I'm good this month. Hearing none. How about tenants' comments? Is there any of the tenants that have any comments they'd like to make? Nothing? Okay. You don't want to say how cold it is?
These are my favorite kind of board meetings.
Right.
No offense.
Okay, with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, so moved.